told you I saw the lightning. Pretty sweet. Says Halahinos. Hey, maybe they'll let us. I'm Jman.
I'm Johnny Love. Maybe they'll let us in over here. Let's check this out. It's like a superhero museum in here. Wow. Look at this. I knew I saw that when the lightning flashed. Something happened.
Looks just like the Hall of Justice to me.
We are glad we've got you comic book movie fans with us today. Look at this discovery.
This is like the only comic book museum in the United States.
Wow. Batman. Everything.
Look at all these old amazing fantasy. What? X-Men #1?
What are the chances of finding a place like this?
1 in a million, brother. 1 in a million.
Welcome, gentlemen, to the Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum, the only comic book and superhero museum in the world. We're inside a 2-story replica of the Hall of Justice, and we cover the whole 70-year history of superheroes and comic books and film and toys and Hollywood and you name it.
It's the Green Lantern.
That's right. I am the superhero on duty tonight. In fact, I just happened to be watching my new movie that just came out today.
We just saw this.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Well, you guys come on in out of the rain. It's a dark and stormy night. This is the perfect and the safest place you could be. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So you guys saw my new movie, huh?
Yes,
We did.
Cool. What did you guys think about it?
Thought it was pretty cool.
We thought it was excellent.
As far as an origin story, liked
Yes.
it a lot. Thought it was the best of the DC animated movies released to date.
Oh, definitely.
I would agree.
To date.
I would say the only one that was as close to being good as my own. Of course, I'm a little biased. Of course, I'm going to promote my own movie, of course. But
That's all right.
my next favorite, other than my own, would probably be DC Final Frontier.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I like that too.
Yep, absolutely.
That touched on the power of the Green Lantern's ring as well. As
Absolutely.
far as it's all about knowing what you can do with it.
That's right. Exactly.
You know what I mean, and believing in yourself.
Well, and being creative too.
Hal,
Yes.
can I call you Hal?
Sure,
Is
you
that
can.
okay?
Go ahead, Hal.
All right. How did you think this movie compared to your origin in the comic book?
I think it was very, very, very close to my origin. It shows, of course, Sur crash landing to Earth, which is absolutely true. My ring was passed to me by Sur. I was his successor, so that's absolutely true. I was then shortly contacted by the Guardians of the Universe to report to OA for training. And just like, of course, the Green Lantern Corps, those that know the Green Lantern Corps is a cosmic police force. Just like any police force, we have to go through a police academy. This is more just an intergalactic police academy. And it is, of course, Kellogg, you saw, is the trainer. That is true. Kellogg was the trainer. For
Hey,
Sinestro in the movie came in and
And
wanted
John,
to
just
take over
because
it.
just because you're big, dumb, and ugly doesn't mean you're stupid, right, John?
Well, exactly.
Kilowog,
But I am
one
in
of my
awe.
favorite characters.
But I am
Yes.
still in awe that we are here with the Green Lantern for the
That's
review
right.
of the Green
Absolutely.
Lantern. I
Absolutely.
can't believe
Mr.
we
Hal
found this
Jordan
place.
in the flesh.
That's
in
right.
the flesh,
Standing
right?
sitting
In the
right
flesh.
here.
Yep, I'm glad you guys stopped by,
Thank
Glad you
for-
guys saw my movie, that you enjoyed
Oh,
it.
it was excellent.
Hey, it was all pure chance. We saw the Hall of Justice, the
flash of
replica
lightning.
the Hall of Justice right there with a flash of lightning. We peeled out and stopped and came back, and look how fortunate we are.
You can't miss the Hall of Justice.
No, I can't miss the
This
Hall of
is such
Justice.
a cool museum because we've got, of course, we have my power battery, some of my backup rings that we have here. We have, of course, a gallery of my fellow Green Lanterns on display here. We have, of course, we usually have a superhero here on duty because we have actual weapons and things. We safeguard our weapons here. Actually, what I do is Alan Stewart, the curator here of the museum, he actually helps guard our weapons and things. And
I've heard
Do you
about that
have
guy.
any weapons
I've
here
heard about
right
him.
now that you could show us?
We do. I mean, obviously, my ring is here. My power battery is here. And Alan actually charges my ring for me every day. A lot of people think that I wear it all the time, but I don't. What I do is I can mentally, with my web power, summon my ring, and he makes sure my ring is charged every day. What happens is it sits on that shelf over there. When I need it, I mentally summon it. That window flies open, and the ring flies to me when I need to save someone or if I need to, kick some ass on a bad guy.
Now, could we be privileged enough to see you put some charge to your ring.
Sure we can. You know, I was just getting ready to do that when you guys showed up. And we'll go ahead and charge the ring here. There we go.
Wow.
In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light.
Sweet.
We are fully charged for another 24 hours.
We're ready to rock and roll.
Yes, absolutely.
rock and
Of course, we've got, we talked about Kilowog. There's Kilowog back there holding a power battery. So we have Kilowog. We've got Tomari, who's in the movie. We have Sinestro as a Green Lantern that was in the movie. And we have, of course, the Guardians. We have Sinestro and he becomes a villain. Some of the things that were a little different on the movie, it showed the Weaponers of Quard as spiders.
Yes.
Here's the true classic Weaponers of Quard right here. With the shield and the lightning bolts, those guys all serve Sinestro.
Right.
And then, of course, the current storyline in the Green Lantern books is the Yellow Green Lantern Corps, actually the Sinestro Corps, as they're called, which was put together and drawn by a couple of my favorites, writer Jeff Johns and artist Ethan Van Sciver, who originally worked for Hall of Heroes, the publishing company, with his book Cyberfrog before he got his big claim to fame.
Very cool.
So he actually worked for the organization here and started with this organization as a comic book artist, and he's now one of the top 5 comic book artists in the world now.
Very
so,
cool.
Very amazing. That's something Hall of Heroes is very proud of.
Very cool.
That we started, you know, someone that made such a huge impact. He's actually responsible for bringing Hal Jordan back from the dead.
Right.
And he is currently, him and Jeff Johns are now bringing Barry Allen's flashback from the dead. So they're doing it again, which is very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool stuff.
Well, this is the greatest find. I think few comic book movie fans would agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We would like permission from the Green Lantern to come back here and do some future events, if at all possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, one special event we have coming up in October, if fans want to come out to the museum, there is actually a great battle that takes place in October.
Really?
October is usually when the villains attack our museum because, as I said, we have very powerful weapons here. We have Thor's hammer. We have part of Iron Man's armor. We have kryptonite that can kill Superman. We have batarangs. We have Batman's utility belts. We just, you know, we have some of Dr. Doom's armor. We have Spider-Man's web shooters. We just have a ton of weapons stored here. What happens is the villains, though, because as you get close to Halloween, the villains are a little more powerful because they get close to All Hallows Eve. So usually what happens is if you come out here Friday and Saturday nights in October, the villains might be here because that's usually when they attack. And they're going to be led by Dr. Doom.
Hey, we're ready for those
So
pesky
that's
villains.
coming up on Friday and Saturday nights in October this year.
We will have to check with Super Alan Stewart to see if we can come back, but stay tuned. I'm pretty sure I can get something worked out to where we do a 4-part review here of this entire museum.
We'd like to keep all you fans
It's very much worth
informed.
more than just 10 minutes that we can do. So, thanks comic book movie fans for tuning in. If you haven't gotten Green Lantern First Flight, you need to go pick a copy up today.
That's right. It's awesome.
They do have a sneak peek of the Batman Superman cartoon that's going to drop in September.
That's right.
But as far as Jman and Johnny love, we're out of here.
Yes, and I'm taking Batman's pole down.
That's right.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Pull down
Take
to the
it.
Batcave.
Until next time, comic fans.
Take care, Hal. We'll see you next time, buddy.
All right, sounds good, guys. We'll see you soon.